We're about 2 weeks away from the return of the NBA. Since this whole Orlando deal was announced, we have seen a handful of players in the NBA opt out for one reason or another. Most for good reasons, I'll admit. Avery Bradley, for example. He didn't want to risk being infected with the coronavirus because he's got a son that struggles to recover from respiratory type illnesses. I can totally understand that. Trevor Ariza. He is in the middle of a nasty custody battle right now. He decided to opt out of playing in Orlando. I understand that too. Though I do think that Portland could really use Trevor Ariza, especially if they end up making the playoffs. For the most part though, the guys missing the NBA restart are pretty inconsequential. They're not superstar players, not really guys that can make really that big of an impact. That all changed on Sunday night. I woke up around 5:30 Monday morning, and the first thing that I see on my phone is a notification from ESPN that Rajon Rondo injured his thumb in practice and is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Make no mistake about it. This is a major blow to the Los Angeles Lakers. First of all, people are a little bit confused about this 6 to 8 week timeline. Rondo is going to be out far longer than that. I see people acting like this is no big deal. Rondo will return after the first round of the playoffs. Everything will be fine for the Lakers. The Lakers won't need him until after that point anyway. They'll be fine in the first round. That is not the case. 6 to 8 weeks. That is the time that it's going to take for Rondo to recover from the injury itself. However, he is not going to be in Orlando while he's recovering from that injury. He's going to be in Los Angeles, which means when the doctors clear him to return, he's going to have to pass the NBA's COVID protocols again. So once Rondo is cleared to return, he's going to have to quarantine himself another 2 weeks on top of that. Now we're talking about Rondo being out 10 weeks at minimum. That's assuming his recovery goes as planned. I really think that we're looking at a situation where Rajon Rondo is going to miss the entire postseason. And that is a devastating blow to the Lakers' title hopes. But Casey, how could losing Rondo be so devastating? He's a bench player. He's not even in his prime anymore. He's only playing 20 minutes a game. I'm about to explain to you why this is such a big deal and why this is such a huge loss for LeBron and the Lakers. Yes, Rondo is out of his prime. Yes, Rondo's only playing 20 minutes a game, the lowest usage of his career. For the first time in his career, he's a bench player. When you look at Rondo across the regular season, he hasn't really had that big of an impact for the Lakers. He's had some good games, but overall, he really hadn't had that much of an impact. But we're talking about the playoffs here, not the regular season. Playoff Rondo is a real thing. It is not a myth. It is not something that the media made up. If you follow the NBA, then you know that Rajon Rondo doesn't really start playing basketball until mid-April. Now, is that ideal? No. You'd like to see your players who are making millions of dollars give 100% night in and night out. That's not what Rondo does. And it's pretty much become an accepted thing. When teams sign Rondo, they know that they are not going to see much value out of him until the playoffs come around. Rondo's one of the few players in the NBA where his stats are significantly higher in the playoffs than they are in the regular season. Take LeBron, for example. He averages 27 points a game during the regular season, 28 during the playoffs. Assists, rebounds, close to the same too. Not much of a difference in his statistics between the regular season and the playoffs. Rondo, on the other hand, He scores 4 more points a game during the playoffs, 2 more rebounds, 1 more assist. His defensive efforts ramps up in the playoffs. When people think of Rondo, defense is probably the last thing that comes to their mind. But Rondo's a really good defender when he wants to be. I remember that first round series against Portland a couple of years ago when Rondo was in New Orleans. He and Drew Holiday completely locked down Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum. Rondo was instrumental both offensively and defensively in the Pelicans sweeping that first round series against the Blazers. Now, who is most affected by the loss of Rondo? Is it Anthony Davis? No. Obviously, it is LeBron James for a few reasons. One, this is LeBron's final chance to win an NBA title. We've talked about that a couple of times on this channel. This is it. 2020. This is all. This is LeBron's last chance. He is not going to get another opportunity like he has right now. That's why he was leading the charge for the NBA to get the season back going. LeBron knows that he is playing on borrowed time. Father Time is knocking at his front door. But secondly, losing Rondo has a direct impact on LeBron on the court. Throughout his career, in the playoffs anyway, especially both stints in Cleveland, what happens every time LeBron heads to the bench? Scoring drops, leads evaporate. Everywhere that LeBron has played, he has been the facilitator offensively. He has been the quarterback, the point forward, the point guard, whatever you want to call him. He leads the offense. It's been the same in Los Angeles. But the Lakers could always depend on Rondo to lead that second unit. Rondo's extremely underrated. Not only is he one of the best passers in the league, one of the best facilitators, but he's also extremely vocal on the court. He is a great leader. Having him on the bench gives LeBron the option to rest in the playoffs. And now that option is gone. At 35 years old, LeBron is staring out the window at playing 45 minutes a game in the playoffs to just give the Lakers a chance to win a series. You're really going to see the effects of missing Rondo if the Lakers match up with a team like Houston in the playoffs, which could happen in the second round. The Rockets play small ball. There's not a guy on the floor that's over 6'6". That type of system is already an issue for the Lakers because of their size. But now, they are down both Rondo and Avery Bradley. Two great defenders, especially Avery Bradley, who the Lakers are going to need to guard the tandem of Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Instead of having Rondo and Bradley, now the Lakers are going to have to rely on guys like Alex Caruso, J.R. Smith, Quinn Cook, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Bum, old guy, bum. In other words, the Lakers are screwed. I didn't think the Lakers were going to win a title with 100% of their roster healthy. Now their chances are basically zero. They are in danger of not even making the Western Conference Finals. Now, I do think that LeBron will them to the West Finals. He knows it's his last chance, but teams like New Orleans or Houston, they match up a lot better with the Lakers now that Avery Bradley and Rondo are not in the lineup. Now, I realize that some of you watching probably think that I'm out of my mind. I'm crazy. Rondo being out is not that big of a deal. As long as the Lakers have LeBron and Anthony Davis, they'll be fine. They're still the favorites to win the championship. If you think that, then you're a fool. That's just not the case. You'll see. Number one, the Lakers weren't really the favorites to win the championship anyway. I think the Clippers are the best team in the Western Conference, and they're the favorites to win the championship. But I say on here all the time when we're talking about the NBA playoffs, in order to get to that next level, that championship level, you have got to have guys like Rondo or Andre Iguodala, Avery Bradley, the guys that don't get the spotlight, that don't get the credit, but are instrumental in winning playoff series. And the Lakers don't have those guys anymore. What the Lakers are going to miss most is the leadership of Rondo. I know that's a weird thing to say for a veteran team that is being led by the face of the NBA the last 15 years, but Rondo is valuable as a leader. Now, who is going to step into that role? Dwight Howard? Are you kidding me? He's a clown. Anthony Davis? Did you see Anthony Davis try to lead in New Orleans? It was a disaster. I see some making the case that Rondo's going to return by the time the Western Conference Finals come around. And the Lakers are not going to need him to that point anyway. There are two problems with that notion. One, as I mentioned earlier, that is assuming that this 6 to 8 week recovery time goes off without a hitch. But then you got to add another 2 weeks for the quarantine. With that, you are looking at late September for Rondo to return, which would be when the NBA Finals are starting. So, even with that timetable, he's not making it back by the West Finals. And second, and more importantly, if Rondo does happen to return by the Western Conference Finals, if by some miracle he can do it, he's not going to be in game shape. He's not going to be in game condition. That's what this mini camp was for in July. That's what that 8-game regular season was for. To get guys back in game condition before the playoffs. If Rondo returns in September, he won't have played an NBA game in over 6 months. And you're expecting him to step on the court in the Western Conference Finals when guys are playing the game at the highest level. It is a lot to ask. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we're going to see Rondo again this season. This is a major blow for the Lakers right now. And the bottom line is, the Lakers are going to miss him. LeBron's title chances have essentially evaporated in 24 hours. And that elusive fourth title that he has been chasing is going to slip through his fingers. His final opportunity at a championship, gone. All right, that's all for today. If you like today's video, make sure you like and subscribe. I post 5-6 videos every week on the NFL, the NBA, other hot topics that come up in the world of sports. If you do, make sure to click that notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Leave me a comment in the section below. Does Rondo being out ruin the title chances for LeBron and the Lakers? Is this a big deal or is this inconsequential? Let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you have any questions or a topic you'd like me to cover, email me at BTLKC84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys next time.